Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. Arthur Richards School mourns a former student. A look at the Bordeaux farms and the kickoff for Black History Month. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, it was a very rough week for the staff and students of Arthur Richards Junior High School in Frederiksted. After a 14-year-old boy was stabbed earlier in the week. We now have learned that the latest victim of that homicide in our territory was himself a former student of Arthur Richards School as well. News Channel 8's Wes Small reports.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. We're standing here in front of Arthur Richards Junior High School, where I have to tell you, it's been a very troubled week, a very violent week and a confusing week here at the junior high school here in Frederiksted, all going back on Monday, how a 14-year-old was stabbed. Good news that he was released just a couple hours later. Another 14-year-old taken into custody for that stabbing. And then during the week, there was talk about other weapons possibly being found on campus. The assistant principal and others coming forward, actually to the media. You saw it earlier in the week how, staff and administrators here were very concerned. Remember, this is the same school a year ago that assaulted a blind teacher, tried to rob her. And it's just really sad to see what has happened to this school in particular. Now it just seems to have gotten worse because the double homicide from 2 nights ago that was at Mutual Homes, 31-year-old Gary Gonzalez and his 16-year-old nephew, who we understand now was a former student here at Arthur Richards Junior High School. We believe he dropped out last year, and that's why they were in mourning here yesterday. Guidance counselors and so forth were consoling students and teachers as well. This student obviously was very well liked, and students were openly sobbing here on campus yesterday, so that counselors are looking into that as we speak. Now, the aftermath of that terrible double homicide from the other night in Mutual Homes is still being felt by our entire territory. As a matter of fact, there was mention by Governor John DeYoung in one of the newspapers this morning, possibly calling for him to get the National Guard into our territory. We are at 8 now for the homicide rate. Even more disturbing that we have youngsters involved with these killings. I'm going to go back to the scene from that night at Mutual Homes, and we're going to have some natural sound on it. I'm not going to be talking. I'm just going to give you a little bit more. Again, we urge you to use discretion when you look at this file tape. I'd like to wrap it up with this. I was talking to another junior high school student who happens to go to another school, and as he heard me and an adult and I talk about this tragedy that happened at Mutual Homes, I asked that young man, he was only 14, how this makes him feel. And I'll never forget the horror on his face as he looked at me. And then he looked up at the heavens above and he said, "Scared, Mr. West. It makes me feel scared." How then can these students study, do homework, and hope to be better citizens in the future when they are afraid for their lives? I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
And in other news, police are still looking for 20-year-old Isaac Robbins Jr. He was last seen Friday, a week ago, in the Work and Rest area. News Channel 8's Wes Small has that story and a traffic update as well.
First of all, I have to remind you that Isaac Robbins Jr., he's still missing. The 20-year-old missing man, you see his picture here? Call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-TIPS or 911. Remember his father's pleas to me earlier in the week. Possibly foul play could be involved. And then there's this. Traffic checkpoints Remember that, Melody Rames, Police Chief Benta, the traffic commander, or else this is what can happen to you. The VIPD, they are starting an initiative. Look at this. This truck has no plates. I don't see any sticker. They probably had to try to get a VIN number. What's going on? So this could happen to you. You could get your vehicle towed. They're starting this initiative. Right now, for more, let's go to spokesperson Melody Rames of the VIPD.
The Virgin Islands Police Department St. Croix District will be conducting driver's license and vehicle registration checkpoints at undisclosed locations during the month of February. Traffic checkpoints are a precautionary measure in the event that a person driving without a driver's license, registration, or insurance is involved in a traffic accident. These traffic checkpoints make our roads safer and serve as a reminder to the motoring public to make sure that their documents are in order. Police officers will be on the road conducting these checkpoints, traffic volume and weather permitting. Vehicles may be checked, and drivers who are not licensed and or operating unregistered vehicles may be ticketed and or arrested.
See public safety now, or you'll be seeing Pell later. Have a good weekend, and don't drink and drive. I'm Wes Small for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Wes. Well, the Bordeaux farmers have received some new farm equipment to help them out. News Channel 8's Lee Carl reports from St. Thomas.
Architectural engineering drawings for the Bordeaux market facilities were presented during a meeting Monday that included the Departments of Agriculture, Public Works, officials of the Housing Finance Authority, officials of Regrow Food Incorporated, and also in attendance, Commissioner of Agriculture, Dr. Louis Akil Peterson. The facility, when constructed, will add the Bordeaux farmers to St. Thomas and represents a partnership between the Young Francis administration
all of us
and the Bordeaux farmers.
And this project we call the Bordeaux Farmers Market Facility, actually the new Bordeaux Farmers Market Facility. And this is an initiative that the partnership among many entities. And what we're going to do today is to basically present to you this project idea, the plans as well, present to our partners and let the partners share with you what their respective roles are in the project. Now, the reason for the project is that we already have, well, the project partners, by the way, are the members of Regrow Food Inc. Incorporated, a group of farmers at the western end of St. Thomas. We have as well Housing Finance Authority, specifically the Community Development Block Grant Program. We have the Department of Public Works. Commissioner Smalls is here.
At the end of the day, this is a partnership between all government entities. And when approached by Commissioner Peterson to offer support, there was no reason or opportunity for us to not support Commissioner Peterson. After all, this would be a win-win situation, not only for the farmers of Bordeaux, but I think for the entire community of St. Thomas as well as the Virgin Islands. As such, the opportunity to participate in this endeavor was one that the Department of Public Works, along with the Division of Engineering, felt, that we really needed to get involved. And as such, we moved aggressively to work alongside with the folks of the Department of Agriculture.
In St. Thomas, Lee Carl for News Channel 8.
Thanks, Lee Carl. Stay with us on Channel 8. We have more news after the break.